Wagwan viewers and subs, welcome back to class. Thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to show you all the necessary steps to get the best possible result from your clear coat finish or just your paint job in general. So we're gonna show you that right now. Let's get started. Now the job here is to repair this fender and repair the tailgate. Both areas had body work done. So what I like to do before I start using the DA, I like to block down that primer with my hard block with some 400. Now for those of you who doesn't know this, when you use hand sand, those sand scratches are a lot more aggressive. So once you're done blocking, you need to scuff up the edges. That's what I do. And after I'm finished scuffing up the edges, then I start to sand it down with my DA using a soft pad. So once I use the 400 for blocking, I'll use the 600 for the refining. Now you can go up to 800 if you like, that's not a problem. But on black, I usually just stay around 600 unless I'm doing like a flow coat, then I'll start with 800. Now here's another important step, guys. Cleaning is absolutely important. There's no way you're gonna get a good finish without cleaning. So once you're done prepping, your panels should look like this. Alright guys, now once you're done with the prepping, you want your panels to look like this. Nice and clean, nice and smooth. A dull panel, not shiny. If it's shiny, that means there's clear coat. So you want it to look like this. And before I start painting, what I like to do, I like to blow some air. So you like basically hold down the trigger just a little bit. Just enough where there's no material coming out the gun. So you just get some air to blow as you clean with the tack cloth. This is in the second stage of mastering your paint job or your clear coat. So once you make sure that you prep the panel right and you clean the panel right, now it's time to spray. The spray gun I'm using here is a low volume, low pressure R500 spray gun, and it is around $60. So what I'm trying to prove to you guys here is no matter how bad your spray gun might be, if you take all the necessary steps, the right step, and follow the right procedure to get your panels prepped and cleaned, any paint gun, once you know how to set up that gun, you will be okay. I'm not gonna lie, experience does play a role in it. Now guys, once your base coat flashes out for about 10 minutes, I always get some 2000, especially on black. It's gonna make your clear coat come out a lot smoother. You see, these are the tiny things, those are dirt nits. Probably it's not around in the air, but it's your paint clumping up. So it forms these little balls and it looks like dirt. So if you get your 2000 or 800 on a little pad or something, and just give it a nice cuff before you lay down your last coat of paint. This will help you a lot. I don't know about you, but I've yet to get a completely clean black finish unless it's a flow coat. Guys, now this is my last coat. Last coat of paint. This actually just took 2 coats of paint to get full coverage. It's quite easy to get coverage on black. By the way guys, you can get 10% off of this LVLP spray gun right here. As I said, it is a low volume, low pressure, so it is the perfect home garage paint gun where you won't have to worry about having a small compressor and your ear keeps dropping once you're spraying. Now this is step 3 if I didn't mention this. So this step you want to make sure that you have good pressure, not spraying too far or too close to the panel, and making sure you have proper atomization. Now that that's drying, it's time to mix up my clear coat. Gotta make sure that everything is clean, and make sure you mix enough to make sure that while you're clearing, you're not gonna stop halfway and then come back trying to catch up where you left off, because that edge, that wet edge, you will already lost it. So you want to just kind of measure up the amount of panels you have and how much clear coat you might need. Now after you're done with the first coat of clear, you can tell how much you need or how much more you need to get the job done. So you want to fill back up before you start clearing again, because once that clear runs out, you have that possibility of some dry spot leaving you some orange peels. Now this is reducer mixing it 4-1-1. This clear is quite thick. I don't reduce 2-to-1 mix ratio, always 4-to-1. Now for your clear coat, the procedure is still the same. Make sure that you have good pressure, not being too close, not too far. And guys, you don't have to rush this, all right? You can do your long passes. This is a small panel, so you can do that long pass, but if you have to do short passes until the thing is covered, don't worry about it. Just spray how you're comfortable. See, like here, I'm not spraying all the way out there, I'm just getting coverage right across. And on my first coat, I'm not too concerned about getting this completely wet, although this clear in particular is quite something to spray with. On the first coat, this is my second coat, it'll look peely, guys, and if you're watching this on full screen, you'll see that it looks a bit ugly, but as it flashes out or as it smooths itself out, it looks really good. So don't be too concerned if you're using this UTech clear coat. Don't try to get it completely wet on the first try, because you will run it. And before you move on, guys, you want to look at your panel like how you see me here, angling my head to make sure that I see everything properly and I'm not missing a spot. Second coat, I'm going the same technique, trying to make sure that I get full coverage here, turning my head at an angle so I can see. Just looking at it head on, you probably won't see what's going on in the lower area, so you have to make sure that you look properly. And that's the finish I was able to get, guys, taking all the necessary steps that I took. You see I have a few dirt nibs there, but think about an entire panel filled with actual dirt. That's a lot of buffing. At that point, you might as well just sand down the entire panel and give it a flow coat. And over here, the back on the tailgate here was a lot cleaner than the fender. Over here, I spot only 2 dirt nibs. Have one over there, and the other one is somewhere, I don't even remember where it was. That's a good sign. So that's it, guys. That's all you need to do. Start out right from the very beginning of the job. Make sure you're using the correct grit. Make sure you're sanding it how it's supposed to be sanded. Make sure that you clean it. Cleaning is important. Make sure that you have that tack cloth, because it helps out a lot. All right, guys, so that's all you have to do. If you have any questions, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, leave your comment, and until next time, class dismissed.